females are now getting up to 5 years in prison for paternity fraud, giving a man a child that is not his, aka a jacket, as what we Jamaican call it. Yes, what country is doing this? Panama just release and make it illegal for a woman to lie about paternity fraud, giving their husband or their boyfriend a child that is not his, giving man a jacket. I have been talking about this for months, and I pray that Jamaica take the initiative and the boldness to implement this law on women that are giving man knowingly jackets, paternity fraud, up to 5 years. Here's the sweet part. They say that the length of time depending of how long the woman decept or lie about that child being the man kid. Me love this. I want to big up Panama for taking the initiative to punish these women that are wrongfully giving man kids that are not theirs. Jacket, paternity fraud. They say up to 5 years prison sentence. I applaud this. I hope Jamaica do the very same. So woman who no need to stop give jacket. Jamaica is one of the highest paternity fraud country in the whole world. I think Nigeria is second and Canada is third. Jamaica is the leading country with jacket. Yes, man. So Panama, big up on yourself. Up to 5 years or longer for a woman that are giving man kids that are not theirs. I am happy. Thank you very much. It is full time. I've been talking about this for far too long. Send them go to prison. Them too wicked. Yeah, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Reason we are reason. At the season, good over evil. Big Voice Radio in the building. Let me know what you think in the comment section. It like. Follow the movement. Big up on yourself.
In the spirit of Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, let's talk about this. I'm going to assume people don't already know this, but there's a concept called paternity fraud. And that is when the baby mama knows that the child is not yours, and hopefully you can prove it, and they intentionally make you take care of a child that's not yours. It's much more complicated than I'm simplifying right now, but I just want you to leave here knowing that you are able to sue someone for making you hold a banshee. In this case, this man tried to take his wife to court because the last-born child was not his. But because of technicalities, he did not win the case. But I really want you to go through it so you can teach yourself more about what you actually do need to prove to be successful in court in this circumstance. There's also a website called familylaws.co.za that you can go to read more about this topic. My aim here is to remove you from the mentality that the law only favors women. The law is very equal and it's very fair. You just have to use it.
It really be your own people, dude. My 16-year-old just found out that his dad isn't his real dad anymore because of my bitch sister. She claims it's for his own good. But in what way is that for his own good? When I found out I was pregnant with my son, I made the logical choice to pick the father that made the most money. His real dad was working at McDonald's for like $8.25 an hour. I don't want that as a man. And I got pregnant, and so I picked the richer dad. And although the richer dad didn't take care of him and hasn't been around, he does pay child support, and he pays a lot, and it pays for a majority of my rent. Well, my sister never liked that, and I finally let her have my son thinking I could trust him. And she tells my son and confides in him that his dad isn't his real dad. And now he went and found his real dad behind my back with my sister. And they are all trying to fight and get my son taken away from me. My son doesn't want to live in my house. We haven't talked in 3 days. I think it's the most miserable thing a person can ever do is ruin some like that. I picked the right choice. Now who's going to pay my bills now? Because now they also told that the guy that's been on child support all these years, and he's trying to come after me and sue me for all the money he's been paying. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I didn't do anything wrong here.
Now, let me just say, I have no idea if this is real or not. People say anything online, so this whole story could totally be made up. But I will say I am pretty sure this happens all the time. She said she picked the man that was more beneficial to her to be the father. That is not how this works. The fact that you let a man working at McDonald's get you pregnant, that has nothing to do with the next man who came along. And then the fact that she didn't understand why the son is mad at her after 16 years is even crazier. This is not a game, ladies. Y'all can't be doing this stuff to people. In that moment, all you're thinking about is you. You're not thinking about that child. That child wants to know who his father is. And the fact that this other man has been paying child support and been paying for this kid for 16 years, he should be able to sue her. That should be a new law. Somebody put that in effect. It's just crazy because this happens every single day. And this just sucks because as a man in a lot of these situations, because these women are so sneaky, we have no idea what is going on. If this story is true, her sister was right in telling that boy because he needed to know, and that boy is right to have a problem with his mother because of that. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.
You have any kids?
3 kids.
How old are your kids?
19, 14, and 2.
How old are you, Nisha?
I'll be 40 next month.
Okay. Do your kids have the same father?
3 fathers.
What's your deal breakers?
Deal breakers are multiple baby mothers, more than 2, 3 kids.
Wait, hold on, Misha. And I say this with all due respect. You have 3 baby daddies.
But my kids are grown. My
But you
children are
still
almost
got 3
grown.
baby daddies, so why can't he have multiple baby mamas?
Okay, so young baby mamas. Young kids, young baby mamas. I don't want no young kids, no multiple baby mamas with young kids.
I get that, but you said not multiple baby mamas, and that's why I said you have 3 baby daddies. So you don't care how many baby mamas he has.
Right, meaning no, like I said, no more. I have 3 baby daddies.
She said no young kids, but you got a 2-year-old.
I do have a 2-year-old.
So why can't he have a young kid?
Because there's only room for 1 young kid. I don't want to deal with the young baby mom.
So you don't want to date yourself. So if you was a man, you wouldn't date you. Well, you have a 2-year-old. But you're saying if a guy had a 2-year-old, you wouldn't date him. So the things that you have, you wouldn't date.
As a man, for a man, yes.
So if you were a man with your resume, you wouldn't date yourself.
Probably not.
So, but you want a man to date you.
Absolutely.
Listen, I'm just saying things so maybe you can hear what you're saying, because you're basically describing yourself and saying what you don't want, but then you want a man to date that.
Man, let's be honest. A lot of these people don't want to date themselves. That's why nobody want to be together. They don't want to date themselves. They're in some situations, they're broke, they have all these kids, they have all these baby daddies, baby mamas, and they don't want themselves. They don't want themselves. And so they're making all these excuses, and it doesn't work. It's stupid.
All right, so Claudia Jordan says she ended her last relationship because he lost his job. He became a little... She says it changed the dynamic of their relationship. And I just want young women who see this to understand that if a person loses their job, this goes into the category of grief. Grief changes people. Grief changes people's personality. But this is the difference between kicking it and building a lifetime with people. In order for you to get to year 20 with the person, you have to get through year 2. And year 2 is not the same as year 20. That means that you can only have deep and meaningful relationships with people who you can A, have a job with and also lose a job with, have your parents with and potentially lose your parents with. Long, deep, and meaningful relationships are beyond the surface. That means that this is beyond hanging out, having dinner. This is beyond that. And so what this man was able to experience, I'm sure her as well, is that when we have a dynamic that shifts our personality, we don't like each other very well. All that to say, I want to tell you something that my professor told me when I was in college. I said, Professor Offit, tell me, how did you and your wife stay together so long? He said, she made good biscuits and good babies. And he says, there's nobody better than my wife. He said, I want to give you some advice, young lady. This was in college. He says, there's personality and there's character. Personality is, hey, how you doing? And people who look nice, how they dress, that's a part of their personality. He said, also too, a man, he could be very charming. A woman can be very charismatic as well. He said, that's personality. How people feel around a person, that's personality. He said, but character, that's that thing that it don't matter who, when, what time, the daylight savings, it don't change. Character is solid. Character is integrity. And I guarantee you, if most people start dating for character versus personality, we'll have a healthy relationship dynamic as well as a podcast dynamic. I'm Madam President with a Z. I'm 100% politically incorrect. And you know my motto. You know my sentiment. The black family is black wealth. All right.
You know, I kind of agree with the guy. The fact that these modern women, they're really out here lying and carrying on, strapping people down for, you can't even say 18 years, because it's 18 years from when that's when the child, quote unquote, a lot of places legally becomes an adult. Obviously, you have to file some motions and stuff like that to stop child support. But the woman will somehow continue to finagle herself. She could be married to somebody else. She could have done something else, but she will finagle herself into your life for God knows how long. Some of these modern women be in their 50s, 60s, still keeping up mess. Their children had grandchildren, and they still worried about dude over town. That was never his child. They still worry about what he got going on. They still keeping up with him in an entire relationship, because this is how modern women are. And like I said, if they have this going on, where they get at some point in time, you gotta hold women accountable. Because it's not the only thing. They be falsely accusing men, don't get nothing. I'm thinking about it. There was a few stories my dad was talking to me about just recently. Women accusing men, and the men lost their jobs, they lost their careers. Some of these men were men of faith, they were ministers, fooled around and lied, came back and said, oh man, I didn't tell the truth. But by that time, the men had spent time in jail, and nobody even came back and said, yeah, she need to go to prison for that. Nobody even said, you know what, we got to give her some time for that. No, not even probation. And they're making these men register for this type of stuff. You falsely accusing men, they got to register as offenders, right? And even with paternity fraud, now I gotta say, I gotta give money out to something that to a child that don't belong to me. Sitting up here lying and carrying on.
Especially at 22. She's 32. They've been married for 10 years, so they got married at 22. I've always said, you don't know who the hell you are at 22. You just barely left your mom's house. You need to discover your identity and figure out who you are as an individual before getting married to somebody. She never figured that out. And that's why a lot of marriages end, because people get married so young and then they have an identity crisis like she's having right now. She doesn't know who she is. She has everything that you're supposed to have. She thought she'd be happy, but she's not. Because deep down, she can have all the possessions, all the kids, all the house, and this great guy. But if she doesn't love herself, and if she doesn't know herself, the marriage is over.
We are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows. Like, to write a vow.
Because she's not in love with
him. And I
him.
think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject.
She is realizing she doesn't need him anymore financially. She's got her business. She's doing well. The roles have changed. She doesn't see him in his masculine form anymore. And she feels that she doesn't need him anymore. This is what's enabling her to think this way. And again, congrats to her for doing a business. That's something pretty awesome. And the reason she's having difficulty writing her vows is because she's not in love with him. She loves him as a person because he's a wonderful person, a wonderful father. She never said husband. He's a wonderful father, but she is simply just not in love with him anymore.
I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us.
And what she's really saying there is that she doesn't want to look back 10 years from now and regret not leaving. That's what she really means. The way she's thinking right now, she's 32, she's still young, she's been with somebody 10 years, she doesn't know how to be herself around this guy. She's not herself. She's going to do this for her. She's going to move on because right now her career is doing good, her business is doing good. She doesn't necessarily need him, and now's the time for me to leave. This is what happens when you marry young. This is what happens when you get married and don't know who you are as an individual. You have an identity crisis later on in your mid to early 30s, and you ask yourself, who the hell am I? I did everything I was supposed to do that was supposed to make me happy, and I'm not. The moral of this whole lesson is, don't get married young. Figure out who the hell you are first before committing your life to somebody. If not, you will have a crisis just like this woman.
We're here to listen. We are not here to judge.
2.5 years, and we just welcomed our first baby 6 months ago.
Aww.
I work construction, and my wife stays home with the baby. But yeah, I'm the one bringing in the paycheck. For the last 2 years, I've been saving every extra dollar for a house down payment.
Tough right now with housing prices.
We managed to stash about $21,000.
Hey, okay, 21 grand. Let's go.
It's not a fortune, but for us, it's huge. So here's where everything kind of went sideways. Our cat, turns out he's got this aggressive cancer on his jaw. Vet says they can try a surgery and chemo combo that might buy in time, but it's 17 grand up front and no promise. My wife loves that cat and wants to go all in for the treatment.
There's two things that you can't say about: pets and kids.
Technically, we do have $21K, but that's the whole house fund. And even if the surgery works, the vet said recovery's rough. We'd need more follow-up visits, meds, maybe another procedure. Could be thousands more. I tried to explain the math. You know, if we spend it, we reset the clock on the house. Now, she barely talks to me. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I love my wife. I love our baby. Heck, I even love the cat. But I also dreamed of handing her house keys this time next year.
No, if she was his girlfriend, it would be easy. But there is no way if you brought to the table, this is the money for our child or for this cat, I would tell her, okay, let's go. Let me take the cat to the doctor. I would call the doctor ahead of time and let the doctor know I want to put the cat down. I would take the cat to the doctor and humanely put that cat down without my wife. She may hate you in the short term, but you did the right thing for your child in the long term.
I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met. I can't be myself with my husband, and it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old, I am a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am.
She wants to know why men do this, and I'll explain.
Okay, guys, I need y'all to answer this question for me. If a woman's been talking to you for 8 months or so, loyal to you, only kicking it with you, you fall asleep with her on the phone every night. Yes, I said it. Every night. Answers all your calls, unless it's petty arguments or whatever the f*** and they're trying to prove a point or something, but doesn't disappear on you. Could share a location at any given time. Want something real. At what point in time do you feel the man should lock in? Because the man doesn't want to lock in. Why wouldn't a man lock in if he has that? I want your honest opinions. Why wouldn't a man lock in with a good, faithful woman or anything? It could be for me, it could be for anything else, but why do y'all men not lock in? And then when women act crazy, y'all want to call us hoes or why? What's the problem?
So she basically wants to know why men drag it out for so long and don't give you the full commitment after you do all the wifely duties. Now, for women who don't understand this, sometimes a man who really wants a wife, he'll take his time in the vet. Not every woman who does wifely duties is gonna be a wife long term. He might see certain signs that you don't see, but you're saying you're doing just enough. Now, some men can communicate with like, hey, I don't like this, but some men with higher standards won't say anything at all. make you do exactly what you're doing, give him all the king treatment, and you get nothing in return as far as long-term commitment. My advice to you is you can't rush greatness. If you feel like this man fits your standards and checking most of your boxes, do not try to rush the process. The man gives the ring, so you can't really fault him for wanting to take his time to see if he's making the right choices. Now, if you have a time frame in your mind and you saying, well, in 1 year or 2 years he doesn't make me his girlfriend, you have all rights to leave. But don't rush a man who's trying to find a good woman and a wife. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Not so much for me, and I think this is really important, but the fact that there could be a jab at alopecia.
Will then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right
keep
now?
my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
What viewers did not see at the time, while Oscar clips were being shown, was Chris Rock leaning over the stage to talk to Jada.
And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about
And what's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, he's still, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old shit. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
How unusual for Will, a guy.
This is what I'm willing to do, Lainey. This is my wife, Lainey. This is Eric. I love my wife. I want to be with my wife for life. There's nothing more in the world that I want than my wife. And I have moved my shit to Florida because you told me to. Now I'm telling you, you're telling me I keep leaving you and I'm not helping you fight for your kids. This is what I'm going to tell you right here on camera on video for you. I am willing to drive to Florida today, move everything back and pay all the thousands of dollars. You told me the truth about everything there is to know about you and the wrongs you've caused me. I've done the same. And yet here we are today. You tell me you've never cheated on me again, right?
No.
And so today, you won't let me look in your phone. For what reason? Why?
Because it's not your business.
Right. It's not my business what's in the phone. We're married. We're actively together. You can have my phone anytime you want. You used to say I can have your phone anytime I want. That's what you used to say all the time. Now, all of a sudden, I showed up to her house unexpectedly, and I can't look in her phone today.
No.
Why, honey? In the rest of the world, what would you think it was?
You're nuts.
I'm nuts. I know.
Really are.
Because you don't want me to see that phone. I'm nuts. So anyway, this is what I'm willing to do.
You know, we really got to get to the point to where if so there was a guy, I think, man, I can't remember his name. It just slipped my mind, but you know, he has pretty good advice, and he was essentially saying when he was listening to, you know, the lady when she was going through the divorce, well, not going through the divorce, but she was talking about, you know, I'm not really sure if I really love my husband like that. He's a great father. He's a great person, but you know, I'm not really sure I'm into him like that. And I think his conclusion was, don't get married young, which that might be the case for some, but we need to move past that. And we need to look at, now that you are married, now you need to solve the problem. There is an issue there and you have to solve the problem. So we can't go backwards and say, well, you don't get married young. We need to say, okay, how do you solve the problem if you're in a relationship now? Because I mean, obviously you can go get divorced, but I don't want to get divorced. There's a lot of money involved. I was attracted to this person at one time. What happened? How can I get that spark back? Well, I would say the first thing would be not to be online talking about your husband like that. Number one. Number two, the second thing would be to get out of your own way. Stop thinking that you hold the keys to the kingdom. Now that you have your own business, you think, oh, well, I don't really need him anymore. I'm running things. You weren't, I mean, my God, you weren't running things financially speaking for how many years? 10 years? And now after 10 years, when you finally get your little business off the ground, oh, well, I really don't need him anymore. Let's say he was running it for 7 years. And well, you know, last 3 years I've been building my business. And now that you got your business off the ground, because let's be honest, you were living in the house that he paid for and you had time to get your business up and running. He gave you that time. Had you been on your own, God knows if you would have been able to do it. Maybe you would have, maybe you wouldn't have. It would have been exponentially harder. But you had to, hey, can you take it? And I believe her husband is very supportive if they're still together. He's very supportive. I wanted to run a business and you know, he said, whatever you need, I'll support you in that. And so he took on a greater role with the kids so I could run my business. You had and still have a lot of support. If you hadn't had him, who knows if your business would have ever gotten off the ground. You'd have been just like all these other modern women, strong and independent, struggling, crying, snotting all over the place, makeup smeared, that nice little shirt or whatever, and the makeup that you got on, wouldn't have been none of that. Wouldn't have been none of that. You'd have been struggling, a cigarette in your ear and your glasses halfway falling off your face, been in shambles.
Like, imagine living a fairy tale and it's nothing like.
Imagine living the fairy tale and it's nothing like it. This woman doesn't love her husband. That's what it comes down to. Because if you listen to what she said, she's technically getting and experiencing everything she's wanted in a marriage. Her biggest complaint was that she had to keep somebody else's feelings in mind and check in with somebody, which is the fundamental core of every relationship, especially a marriage. She doesn't love her husband, and it's taken its toll on her. She's about to crack. She probably feels guilty that she doesn't love him the way she's supposed to love him, and she's living a lie. And it comes down to this. What's the lesson here? What is the lesson here? What are you looking for? A guy who's going to check all the boxes or somebody that you love? What would it take for her to be happy in this situation? Because on paper, she's getting everything she's always wanted, and she's getting everything women on social media, some of my clients have said they were looking for. But yet she's not happy. So is it that she's not happy with herself, or deep down she feels that she's living a lie and she does not love her husband the way she thinks she should? What do you think?
It's time for men to recognize being a wife and a mother is a full-time job. So if your wife doesn't have dinner ready on time, write her up. You're her manager. That's your job. If she says she's tired and not in the mood to mess around, let her know that her time off is not approved. That's your job as her manager. If she comes to you crying and says that being a wife and a mother is not fulfilling enough for her, stop her right there. Tell her this could have been an email instead of a face-to-face meeting.
I might have to implement this could have been an email into my household.
Yeah. Anyone try any of these things and report back and let us know how it went for you.
It's another thing you could do with your wife at the house is in terms of managing her is you could approve or deny her expenses.
Yeah. Expenses not approved.
Not approved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to ask.
I'll reimburse you for this one, not this one, this one.
I need to see receipts.
Yeah.
From Jason Aldean's?
Yeah, save your receipts. Yeah.
Ladies, let me be clear on something. Your husband has the right, according to the scripture, to tell you what to do, where to go, what to wear. Now, for those that immediately got offended, let me tell you why we got double standards. Some of y'all work in healthcare. All of y'all got a job. Even if you run your business, you work for somebody, they tell you when to come into work. They tell you how to dress. You either wear your uniform or you put on professional or business casual. They tell you when you can take your break. But your husband, and not just your employers, but your husband, who's your actual head, tell you, baby, I don't want you to wear that. Oh, I'm a grown woman. What you want to tell me? Don't nobody tell me what to do. Lies. You get told what to do every day, all day. The only person that can't direct you is the person that God appointed to direct you.
I hope one day you're shopping at a grocery store and you reach for your favorite box of cereal. And when you reach for it, you put your hand on the box and then you notice another hand is overlaid your hand. And you're surprised and you look over and it's the ex that got away. Both look at each other surprised and you kind of laugh like such and such, how you been? And you speak and you talk and you chop it up and it seems like you two haven't missed a beat. It seems like the very first day you met, the very first last and the greatest day in your relationship. talking, you're chopping it up, and right before you say, you know what, I think we should meet up and talk some more, the toddler runs up and pulls on his jacket and says, Dad, can we get the Twix cereal? In the distance, you see a beautiful, dry, gorgeous woman rolling up with her cart. And the man that got away turns around and is like, such and such, this is my wife, such and such, and this is my son, such and such. You have to sit back and realize that your one that got away has moved on and he has a wife, he has a family now. Meanwhile, you're on TikTok talking about how you're using men who don't know that they're being used. I wish that for you. I hope that for you.
Apologize for being late. My wife just... All right, we've got a lot on the agenda today, so let's begin. Yes, Matthew?
Ted, I'm so sorry. I mean, your wife.
Yeah, well, as you might expect, the pain's unlike anything I've ever experienced before, but we've got a lot to do today, so let's keep moving, okay? Next question, Jim?
I asked what happened to Janie, I mean.
Jim, what happened was it was a car accident. We can't just bring the entire nation to a halt because of it. So does anybody have a question for the president?
And is there anything I can do to help?
Cards or flowers can be sent to my office, thank you.
Do you need anyone to talk to or someone to help you with anything?
People, this subject is not on the agenda today. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like more than to drop down behind this podium and weep. But I can't do this. Why? Because I'm a grown man, I've got a job to do, and so do you. So I'm going to take one more question on the matter of my wife, and then we're moving on, okay? Wilson?
You told Bobby and Megan yet?
Well, the children were in the car with their mother at the time. They're at Georgetown University Hospital. Bobby's in a coma, and Megan lost her legs. Okay, next question.
Ladies, stop comparing yourselves to us. We are not the same.
This conversation is about to go wild.
When somebody comes and asks a question about side chicks, why is it always so negative? And why is it like, oh, you guys are wrong or whatever? That man doesn't love you. That man's not going to leave his wife.
There's an argument that sometimes the side chick get the best of the man.
And I do.
Okay. Oh, my God. Are you a proud side chick?
I want you to be really honest.
Okay.
Are you her husband?
Absolutely.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Oh, okay. There's a difference in believing in God and fearing God. I don't think that you fear God because I don't think you understand the conviction that's being a person who is the person who is stepping into somebody's marriage. God does not approve of that. If you read that word, if you take in your daily bread, there will be a conviction. You think that this is just a book that works for you whenever you want it to work for you. That's not how it goes, baby. So for you to be able to say that you believe in God right now, that's the reason. If y'all really want to know why I'm passionate about this conversation, that's the reason. Because in my walk, I fear God. So every behavior that I have reflects on the godly principles and my fear of God. So I am never going to get up to no mic and say that I knowingly have stepped into somebody else's marriage, and I am okay with that. If the shoe was on the other foot, I guarantee you if the shoe was on the other foot. You talking about this woman doesn't approve of that. You causing pain to that woman as well. We as brothers and sisters of Christ, we are not supposed to be causing intentional pain on somebody else. So I challenge you. I challenge you since you got up to this mic to try to challenge your girl Kitty. I challenge you. I challenge you. Okay? Because now you finna see 6'5" Grove side. I challenge you, honey. I challenge you. Maybe you need to fast so you can get that spiritual demon off of you.
I don't want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same. And like sleep in separate rooms?
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
I would turn
that's 1950.
That side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This is my side. You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I wouldn't do it that way, but I would definitely do like a woman cave and a man cave. And I mean, like, sure, but where are you sleeping every night? Are you sleeping in the bed with your man? 100% every night. But throughout the day, I'm trying to read a book. Necessary. I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to do the things that I do. I want to play and make up. I don't have time for you coming around here talking.
Just being around.
Shut the fuck.
Married man here. I would rather sleep in a baby stroller in an alley than get treated like this. I would rather sleep in my childhood room on a race car bed with Ninja Turtle sheets. I would rather sleep the rest of my life in an airplane seat in an exit row that does not recline. You want me to lead, provide, and protect. And this is what I get out the deal.
Go away.
Imagine writing home to your mama or calling your mom and say, hey, mom, I think I found the one. You're going to send invitations to your entire family so they can go see you, stand at the altar, and the person you with say stuff like,
Go away.
And imagine these people praying to God asking for a spouse. This don't even sound like a partnership. This sounds like a parent telling you to go to your room.
Go away.
If you are the table, there's some legs definitely missing. And if you're living in a different space, who's paying the mortgage? Because I'm not paying the mortgage and I'm not living with you, or I need to live in another space. Who signs up for this? None of this has anything to do with love. And it sounds like she don't like you. And if there's a dude that watches this and be like, ooh, I want to marry her, you don't need a wife. You need self-esteem.
Go away.
So my husband decided to drain our joint bank account and leave me after so much controversy on my videos. So on my main page, I made a video about how I didn't want to cook breakfast for my husband because I didn't want to go out of my way from making scrambled eggs to making a fried egg for him. And I said that he could do it himself. I don't cook for my husband. I never have, and I'm not going to be starting today. I'm sorry. I guess he got, wind of the videos, and yeah, he drained our bank account, and he has told me that I have to leave. At first, I thought he was the one that's going to be gone and that I was going to be able to stay here, but he returned and he said that I need to pack up my things and go. I told him absolutely not, because I have children, and me and my children are not going to be in the street. So I told him that he has to evict me. And the one that gave him this idea of leaving me was his birth giver. Yes. His mother was the one that gave him the grand idea to leave me. After 15 years. It's honestly ridiculous and disgusting that this is even happening right now.
Most of these modern women, they think they're being cute by saying, well, I think one of them was like, well, I would sleep with my man every night, but I would definitely have like a man cave and a woman cave. Well, most men have a man cave, but it's just what y'all like to do. And by the way, I appreciate you going in there and trying to make it, spruce it up and make it look nice. But what most of y'all like to do is go in there when the man is in the man cave trying to give you your space and he has his. You talking about him talking to you, you go in there talking to him. You go in there bothering him. That's what the issue is. And then y'all get on these, oh, why are you talking to me? What are you talking to me about? I want to go play in my makeup and this, and that. You're the one bothering him. Can I have some money? Do you have some money? Me and the girls are going out. Can you keep your phone on in case something goes wrong? You having your you time. You remember you didn't want me to talk to you. Go ahead and do your thing. I don't need to be connected to that. You remember that? You know what I mean? When you start talking silly like this, modern women like to disconnect themselves from their man and all of the benefits. Once again, I understand that you need your space. I'm on board with that. But modern women talk reckless. Well, I don't really need you for anything else other than I just want to cuddle with you at night. I really don't even want to give you none, except when I'm in the mood. Come home from whatever, a night out with my girls and I'm a little buzzed. You about to get this tonight, assuming I don't fall asleep by the time I get to the bed, right? And on those special occasions when I feel like it, or when, we might be at brunch or something like that, or I might be somewhere and I just get all up in my feelings. Oh man, I'm gonna go home and mess around with my man. But other than that, I really don't want you around me, right? When a man should say it, if a man should say this, then they're gonna have a problem with it.
4 times, divorced 4 times. Let's see, let's go. You tell me. What do you want to know?
What is the most toxic thing that you've ever done?
Okay, let's do this. All right, take them to court and then get a good divorce lawyer, of course. Take them for half of the retirement. Take them half of their property and then fight them for higher child support, okay? And a couple of years from now, hit you up for more child support. Every 3 years. Every 3 years. You go up from maybe $200 to $300 to $400 to $500. You bring it up to $2,000 per child. Per child. But I got one child right here. Kaylin right here. Her daddy paying child support for her, of course. It always is. But that's the best thing you can do. I just say it's karma.
I had an ex, yeah, and he was very toxic, so...
Can you please tell us how he was toxic?
He brought his religion too much to our relationship, I feel like I'm a person that it's very ongoing, and he just to be very shy, so he just to like tell me, don't wear this, don't try to go out, don't do this, and
That's toxic?
yeah, for me it's toxic.
Honestly, that doesn't sound toxic to me. That sounds like having boundaries and not wanting his girl to be
he was a man of God.
Like, ladies, why is it like I find it amazing how girls get in a relationship with a guy. The guy puts in boundaries. I don't want you to dress a certain way. I don't want you to go to the club. I don't want you to do certain behaviors.
Go to therapy.
That might hurt our relationship because I'm the one that's providing for you, loving for you, willing to die for you, right? Yet you want to go out and advertise yourself to other men, but that's considered toxic.
I'm cheating on my husband, and I finally have the balls to tell the world. I told him, and of course, you know, he didn't handle it how we would want him to handle it. He was just like, okay, whatever. And he left with my kids. And I really was just like, this is weird. I need to chase after him and see what's going on. Like I said, there was a U-Haul truck there. And my heart dropped because I'm like, oh my gosh, immediately he is moving out, and, you know, already has his stuff. So every time that my husband and I would joke about like me cheating on him, he's like, girl, you will be in a grave, you and whoever it is.
Why
and
would you
you're
joke
never
about
gonna
that?
leave me, blah, blah, blah. However, in this moment, he did not react that way. He did not. He reacted very calmly. Like I said, I can see that he was very hurt. Like, I can see it. I know him. He's my husband. So he acted very calmly and like very mature. I don't even know if I used that correctly, but anyways, he acted very calm, and he just left and took the 2 kids. So when I get to his mom's house, like I said, there was a U-Haul truck there, and my heart dropped because I'm like, oh my gosh, immediately he is moving out, and, you know, already has his stuff in this U-Haul truck. Like, it's like it happened so fast, so I'm like, oh my gosh, he's leaving me for real. So like I said, that broke my heart. And I tried to talk to his mom and see like where her mind was, where his mind was.
The audacity.
And she was just like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, he didn't tell me the full story. I just know that he asked me if he can come back, and he's here. So I was taken aback. Like, you're really going to end our whole marriage just because of...
Happy wife, happy life is true. And the reason it's true is because if the wife is unhappy, everyone's miserable because she'll make sure of it. But if the man's unhappy, everyone else can be happy. He'll suffer. He'll sit with no He'll go to work every day.
Yeah.
He won't see his friends. He'll be miserable. He'll be depressed. He'll still pay the bills. He'll still pay the taxes, and everyone else gets to be happy. Men are good at suffering. Women are spiteful sufferers.
Happy wife, happy life became a thing because everybody knows that when women are unhappy, when something's going wrong and they're unhappy, they torture everybody. We do, right? And I'm putting myself in this, right? Because I'm a woman, right? So I have to own that there's a part of me does this, right? Hormonally, all of it. I'm just like,
She said it, not me.
Women naturally cannot be loyal. They can't.
We
From
are
a biological standpoint, they're loyal to the best man that they can get only. But once that man is not able to provide security anymore, she loses interest, she loses respect first, then she loses interest. Next thing you know, she's not sucking you no more. But if you flip it, my girl loses her job, etc. Men are actually the more loyal ones, by far. Because here's the problem. You're conflating, this is where I see where the issue is. Your definition of loyalty, you're doing it to both genders if it's the same.
Yeah.
And the reality is it's not. Your job as a woman is to be loyal, fidelity. My job is to be loyal to you by protecting and providing for you.
And sexually.
No.
Yes.
No. Because a woman's main commodity is her sexuality. A man's main commodity is not his sexuality, it's his ability to provide security. Is it easy for a woman to get?
Of course it is.
Is it easy for a man to get?
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's have fun with this if you think it's so easy.
Go on.
I'm the girl. How you were gonna riz me up?
I'm not a man. I would never riz you up.
I thought you said it was easy.
Yeah, because
It's easy. Riz me up.
I'm not a
I'm the girl. Hit me up. What does it take to get a date?
Ask a girl on a date.
It's that easy. You go on a date with every single guy.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say that you are very picky on who you go on dates with?
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Very
You
fair.
just proved my point.
9 times out of 10, you mean to your husband and you don't even know it. And I bet you're like, girl, what are you talking about? How do I find out if I'm mean to him? Try to be nice. I triple dog dare you to be nice to him. Go rub his back. Give him a compliment. Tell him he did good on the grass. Just give him a random compliment. And if he is taken back, if he's like, what's wrong with you? Why are you touching on me? Whatever the case may be, if he's taken back by your response, that 9 times out of 10 means you're usually nasty. You're usually rude. Because you know what I realized? A lot of people are mean girls, even to their husbands, and don't even know it. And they don't even know how to find out if they're mean girls. And if you don't want to physically act like you're nice or feel like that's just being fake or all this other kind of stuff, I guarantee you ask. That's the other way you could find out. Simply just ask. Ask him and ask your kids and ask your sisters. Ask people who are close to you how they really feel about you. How do you really treat other people? How do I treat you? Am I kind to you? Just ask. And that's how you really would know. See, the problem is people don't want to ask because they really are afraid of the answer. Because if you really found out that the answer was you're pretty nasty, you're a one-upper, you're pretty mean, you're pretty sarcastic, then that would destroy the image on how you view yourself. And that's not what you want to do, because who wants to believe that they're mean to the people that they love? All right, bye. Okay, bye.
It's not the IG models, it's not the bottle girls. The biggest goers outside are the young single mothers.
I always on the first date. I don't give
It doesn't matter.
No, I like to get pounded down. I like to ride it.
What's your nickname, Nessa?
That's my daughter's name.
How old is your daughter?
She's gonna be 3.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
And I didn't even clock this until recently when I did an interview. I was asking this girl what's her dream.
I want to become a police officer to be able to provide for my daughter.
How's your daughter?
She's 5 months now.
Is the father in the life?
No, we're not together.
How old are y'all?
19.
And I remember going back to the homies and I was like,
She got decent energy, I can't lie.
don't get me wrong though, of course I had my suspicions.
You know, the Johns of the kids be the freakiest ones.
Then later, I went to her IG.
It's the wildest story ever. She's on it. We are together, just spring break pics. Just spring break pics? Our older yeah. Not yet, hold on. Boom. Baby. Why would he do that?
I think it's because they were abandoned, so now they're chasing that attention to heal that wound. Maybe if somebody wants me, he was wrong for leaving. Maybe if I can still turn heads, I still matter.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that?
And I get it too, because motherhood like that is probably extremely lonely. The party life becomes an escape. For a moment, they're not broke, they're not stressed, they are desired. And they're young, so social media don't help. They probably see all their friends doing the same, so it seems normal. I don't even think like these are bad mothers or bad people. It's just sad because I wish there was more outlets for women to go and feel valued without male attention. Because you can't live in the streets and expect your daughter to never leave the porch.
Modern women can't be serious these days. They really can't be serious. The woman, she's sitting up talking about, I cheated on my husband and I finally decided to tell him. And then he decided to divorce me. Why would he do that? I don't know, Becky. Maybe because you were unfaithful. What else? That doesn't seem like a hard one. That doesn't seem like a concept that's confusing. But modern women, that's really the way they think, right? Maybe she's playing around. She's probably playing around, I'm assuming. But that's really how modern women think. They think, oh, well, I talked to him crazy, but that shouldn't be the end of our relationship. I dogged him out in front of his friends and his family, but that shouldn't be the end of our relationship. You know, I did some vile, crazy stuff to him, but that shouldn't be the end of our relationship. I had a work husband, but that shouldn't be the end of our relationship. I told him I was going to divorce him in about I was on the verge of divorcing him, and you know, I really didn't want to be with him anymore. And last time we got into a fight, I said that, you know, I said he had a small D, and you know, there's other men out there that look way better than him, and you know, if we were to ever leave, I would take the kids and the money, but I don't know why he's acting weird now. That's crazy. Oh, I don't understand it.